Hello everybody and welcome back to All the Mods 9. In the previous episode, we got started with the Cataclysm mod, a mod that basically adds a ton of new bosses to the game and a ton of new loot. So far, we've gone to the Sunken City and defeated the Leviathan. We went to the Soul Blacksmith and defeated the Netherite Monstrosity, and we went to the Burning Arena to defeat Ignis. So I want to start off today by finding the Cursed Pyramid, which is the home of the ancient Remnant. Okay, and in order to find it, I am going to need to craft the Eye of the Desert, which requires quite a few things, but the one thing that I'm missing is a dead bush. So I'm here in the desert, a little bit to the southwest of my base, and I can actually go ahead and harvest at least a few of these. I don't know if I'm going to need some more in the future or not, but it'll be nice to have some. And I do know that I could use the structure compass, but I kind of want to do things as the mod intends. The only reason in the previous episode why I didn't craft the Eye of the Abyss is it actually requires crying obsidian, which I really don't have any of, and I really didn't feel like going out and finding. All right, so let's go ahead and use the Eye of the Desert and see where it leads us. Looks like it's going a little bit to the south. And not even very far away, I found this giant temple. I'm assuming this might be it. It's gotta be. All right, yep, the achievement just confirmed it. All right, so let's go ahead and head inside, and already we have some definitely interesting looking enemies. They are Cobaltans. Okay. All right, so this place is a total maze, and in fact, I've already found my way back to the beginning. But what we're looking for throughout the dungeon itself, is actually suspicious sand that will be found throughout the dungeon. And if we brush it, we'll actually find a certain, I believe it's going to be a necklace that will actually let us awaken the boss. The hard part is actually finding our way down to where the boss currently is. Oh, and it seems like I found a special shrine to the gods of this pyramid. Definitely a huge shout out to the builders of the arenas for these bosses. They are actually really impressive and yeah, very, very cool. All right, so I think I've made my way down to presumably where the boss is. I'm assuming that's what that is there. I still have yet to find any suspicious sand, so I'm probably gonna have to keep looking around. Hopefully there's some in this area. Oh, and there seems to be some here in these little cubby areas. And we found exactly what we were looking for. Nice. My inventory is a little bit bugged currently. Okay, we can get a second one. For some reason, my shift key seems to be held down. So hopefully I can just, yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh. Okay, I think I'm ready to get started with the boss. So I'm assuming what I just need to do is right click onto it. Yep, there we go. Okay. A little bit of a leg spike as it wakes up. All right, let's start attacking here. It is pretty weak comparatively. The music might be a little bit too loud. I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of stuck in this corner. Here we go. All right, let's start getting some attacks in here. And I know that the kobolds can actually steal your items, so hopefully it doesn't steal my sword. I am gonna turn down the music really quick, actually. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. It was a little bit quiet in the previous episode, so I turned it up a little bit, but yeah, I think it was too loud now. So this should be, yep, the ancient remnant dead. Nice. Okay. Let's see what it dropped. It dropped the remnant skull and the music disc Sands of Dominion. Oh, and we also got a sandstorm in a bottle. Press the not bound to turn into a sandstorm. Okay, we'll have to try that out eventually. So let's take a look at the quests. We can go ahead and get the Sands of Dominion music disc there. Claim the reward from that. We just get a brush, then a potion of slow falling. Nice. All right, and the last of the bosses is gonna be the Harbinger. And in order to get to the Harbinger, we are gonna need the Eye of the Mech. All right, and from our base, it looks like it's going to be to the west. All right, so I think that I've found the location of where it is. Should be directly below me here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dig straight down. Probably not the best idea, but that's how it goes. Alright, so I've finally stumbled across the entrance to this place. It took me probably 20 minutes to actually find it because I had to do a lot of digging around. Fortunately though, most of the entrance was inside of a cave, or most of it is inside of a cave. So didn't struggle too hard, but yeah, here we go. I am lagging a little bit. Looks like we have these little watchers here. Right. So yeah, this is a sort of a redstone factory, it looks like, and these guys are pretty loud, and there's a lot of explosions going on. We've got these prowlers here. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do have a lot of health. And this place seems to be a little bit laggy for me. Right, and you can see all the way at the end there, I'm pretty sure that that's what we're looking for. Yeah, I'm not sure why this place is causing me so many headaches here. Alright, so in order to actually power up the Harbinger, what we're gonna need is a nether star. So hopefully I have a spare one. Here we go. And we just, similar to the previous boss, we just right click with it. And that starts the boss. And we always get a little bit of a lag spike there. Really like this music though. Okay. Alright, so I did just a quick little reset of the game, and we're now back in it. I'm not sure why. I think all the exploration that I've been doing has sort of maybe caused a memory leak or something. Or maybe some chunks were still being loaded that weren't supposed to be. I don't really know. Either way though, we're back in it, and here's the boss. Somehow it got behind me. Alright, we're halfway there. Getting pretty close now. These fights are a little bit boring, I will say, when you have really overpowered armor and you have the ability to fly and stuff. So I probably should have done these fights a bit sooner, but I think that's all right. Right, here we go. Nice. All right, it looks like we got the witherite block from that, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what this is actually used for. We can turn it into witherite ingots. Okay. And that's how you make the mechanical fusion anvil. Okay. As well as the meat shredder, the laser gatling, and the wither assault shoulder weapon. Okay. While sneaking, right click to shoot wither howitzers. Okay. That seems pretty interesting. I might actually make that. Right, and we can go ahead and accept the quest rewards from that. And yeah, that is the Harbinger done. We will probably eventually make these as well. But for now, I want to move on to the final of the bosses, the Ruined Citadel, home of the Ender Guardian. And in order to find this boss, we will need the Eye of Void, which we're just going to need some shulker shells for. Eye of Ender, and a few of the purpur and endstone bricks. Really not that bad compared to some of the other ones. And yeah, let's go ahead and warp over to the end and find where this is. Also, the name of that mob is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, let's go over here. Looks like it's to the west. Ooh, it's been a while since I've actually seen a legendary enemy, so I'm actually gonna take that guy out really quick. Let's see what he dropped. Nice, a little shield. All right, so I think the structure is right here. I did use the structure compass just because I was feeling a little bit lazy. I think I've actually already been to one of these structures before. I don't know if I killed the boss though. I don't think that I did. All right, so where exactly are we meant to go? All right, so I think that I found the boss here. This is the Ender Golem. Okay. This might not even be the boss, actually. Yeah, that was not even the boss. Okay. So what I need to find is some sort of altar, I think. All right, I'm assuming this is what we're looking for, and okay, it just spawns immediately. All right. So this guy should be the toughest that we've faced so far. We're already doing a decent amount of damage, though. Okay, this guy can make us float. Ooh, wow, that does a lot. That did almost a full health bar. Okay. So we gotta watch out for some of his bigger attacks. Dang, wow. Okay. Still learning his attack patterns. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that does so much. Actually, that's doing way more than one health bar. That's a couple of health bars there. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have brought some sort of range weapon with me. Okay, that made me fly back. Oh, I think his helmet fell off. Alright, let's see if we can beat this guy. It's probably best just to spam our main attack here. There we go. And yeah, I guess he was a shulker. Alright. So we got the... Ooh, we got a an apotheosis gauntlet of guard. That's pretty cool. All right, and we can now go into our quests and accept the rewards from the final boss. The only thing that we have left now is to actually craft some of the items that these mobs have dropped. The first of which is going to be the monstrous helm, which is just using the monstrous horn, a netherite helmet, and a smithing template. You can go ahead and craft that. While worn, if you fall below half health, knock back nearby entities, and it increases defense, knockback resistance, and regeneration. Nice. And it does look a little bit ridiculous. Next up is going to be the laser gatling. And what this is basically a laser gatling from Fallout. And apparently we can use redstone as a sort of as fuel. That's very cool. And next up, we've got the meat shredder. Right-click damages entities in front. And so yeah, this thing basically acts as a saw that we can saw into enemies. And last up is going to be the Wither Assault Shoulder Weapon. And basically this is just a very big rocket launcher. And I just want to give a quick test to some of these weapons. So we'll start out, you know what, we'll start out with the meat shredder. Start a little bit smaller and then move into bigger things. Okay, that does pretty decent damage. Alright, goodbye, Mr. Skellington. And you can see with the meat shredder, it does say that it ignores immunity frames, so you can basically just constantly attack with this thing, which is pretty nice. Next up is the laser gatling. And yep, it's a little bit inaccurate, I've noticed, but it's very cool. And oops, I don't want to start a fire over here. Yeah, it is a little inaccurate, but I definitely like how it fires. All right, and last up is going to be the Wither Assault Shoulder Weapon. Let's just find something to kill. Goodbye, Mr. Cow. It's like we have to charge it up. Oh, okay. Nice. Then I think it was sneak right click to shoot a howitzer. Ooh, okay. Oh, that leaves a little bit of a wither effect. Nice. Oh, and I probably should have been a little bit smarter with my materials because we did end up running out of witherite, so we can't actually craft the mechanical fusion anvil quite yet. Alright, so I just went ahead and beat that boss once again, and I should be able to craft the mechanical fusion anvil now. And what this will actually allow us to do is to basically combine some of the different items that are added in this mod. So for example, we can combine the Gauntlet of Guard with, I believe it's the Bulwark of Flame, and that'll give us the Gauntlet of Bulwark. And next up, if we combine the Wither Assault Shoulder Weapon with a Void Core, we get the Void Assault Shoulder Weapon, which is pretty much just an improved version of the previous one. And finally is the Void Forge, which is just an upgraded version of the Infernal Forge, which is basically a really good pickaxe. And with that, the Cataclysm mod is pretty much done now. We did miss a few mobs here, the Ender Maptera and the Amethyst Crab. Honestly, I'm not too worried about that, but getting the Void Forge was probably the most important part of this, because it is actually a requirement in order to craft the All the Mods star. We can actually go ahead and claim the reward from that. And with that, it does bring us one step closer to crafting the All the Mods star. And with a few of these items equipped, I'm starting to feel a little bit like Thanos. So I decided a decent way to actually memorialize our completion of the Cataclysm mod was to actually create a new wing of our sort of museum that we have going on. So this hallway is completely dedicated to sort of the different weapons and armor that we got in the Cataclysm mod. So if we start over here, we actually start off with a jukebox, and that's because I have all of the music discs from Cataclysm inside of here. So if I ever want to listen to Endless Storm, we can listen to that there. And yeah, so up here we have the Meat Shredder. This is one of the weapons that came from the sort of the Redstone boss. I don't quite remember what its name was. And opposite of it, we have the Laser Gatling that came from the same boss. And over on this side, we have sort of the more nether-themed armor and weapons, I should say. We have the Incinerator over there on the left. That is the sort of really cool-looking sword that comes from this mod. Over here on the right, we have the Gauntlet of Bulwark, which was combined using the Bulwark of the Flame as well as the Gauntlet of Guard. And that's actually how we got the Gauntlet of Bulwark. And here in the center, we actually have the Ignitium armor. This is something I didn't craft during the episode, but I did actually go ahead and craft that just between cuts here really quick. I did need to kill Ignis once more, but it did drop as many ingots as we needed to actually craft this armor. And finally, over here, we have the more of the Void-themed weapons and armor, I guess you could say. Over on the left, we have the Void Assault Shoulder Weapon. That's the sort of the missile launcher that we got. Over on the right, we have the Tidal Claws, which we got from the Leviathan. And then finally, in the center, we have the Void Forge. And I also put the Monstrous Helm over here. even though it does technically come from the netherite monstrosity, which is a nether themed boss. I didn't really have room on the other side, so I just put it over here with the void forge, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. And with that, our sort of adventure into the Cataclysm mod is over, at least for now. What I might do in between episodes is actually see if the Cataclysm or any of the other things can really be useful to us. I'll see if Apotheosis can actually modify some of them and see if we can get some decent sort of side weapons from this. But yeah, I do think that that's where we're gonna end things for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.